Welcome back to my channel, guys. My name is John Deak. My channel is called John Deak Toy Reviews and More. Got something very exciting for my anime fans out there, my super robot fans, anybody who's into the Japanese culture of super mecha robots. So this isn't normally my traditional 1/6 scale review of Hot Toys or any type of other 6 scale figure. So I gotta tell you guys that my biggest passion, even more than 1/6 collecting, and I don't talk about this a lot, is Mazinger Z and super robots. Long before, 20 years before I got into collecting, 1/6 scale, I collected, Japanese animation and primarily Mazinger Z. Just to let you guys know, when I was a child, the very first cartoon that I can remember in Philadelphia, South Philadelphia, is Transor Z, which was a TV show that they ran on television in Philly, and then they put out a VHS tape, and my father rented me the tape, and that is the first cartoon I can remember watching. And since then, this guy's become my hero. So anyway, let's go ahead and just dive right into checking out the box. This is created by a company called Future Quest. It's about a 16 or 17 inch tall articulated die cast and ABS plastic figure, and it comes with a ton of accessories from what I hear. Alright, so this is the front of the box, and what you're going to see is the logo and pictures of the figure, some of his rocket punch, his fist, the hover paddler is right there. And let's check out the side of the box if we can. There I am. Hey guys, that's just says Mazinger Z. And then the back of the box has this awesome cartoon or drawing of the Mazinger Z figure. Again, it says the height is 400 millimeters and the weight is 1.95 kilograms. I'm not sure off the top of my head what that converts into at the moment. And then same thing over on this side, just the Mazinger Z logo. And the bottom of the box, it's a very big box, so it's a little bit difficult for me to handle on camera. It just says Mazinger Z. It has all the warnings, Future Quest Co. Ltd. That's their customer service address, email address if you have any problems. And then let's check out the final side of the box. This is really nice, very nice box art. I like it a lot. And there you have it. It just says Mazinger Z. So let's get them out of the box. When you open the box, you're going to have plastic sections here in the box. This particular section contains the wings, the Scrander. You can put it over here on the side for a second. And then this other part here, this other section is going to contain the fists and the hover paddler and some other parts of the Scrander and so forth. So that's what's going to look like. And that white box right there, that's where Mazinger is. So I want to start off and go over all the accessories and parts you're going to get with the Mazinger Z figure. You're going to get 4 of these iron cutters for his fists and his arms, and 2 of them are actually not articulated, and the other 2 are articulated. So you're able to articulate one set, and the other one you're not able to articulate. So let's just take a nice close look at this up close. And the one thing I noticed right off the bat is the color they used for Mazinger is spot on. It's very, very good color. And for those of you wondering, this is all plastic here. There is no die cast in this. All right, next thing, you're also going to get an extra set of sort of, you know, these arms right here without the fists. And I'll go into detail about that, you know, what all these are for. But for now, we're just going to take a close look at everything so you can just see what comes with the figure himself. All right. And then you're going to get these elbow blasters, which, you know, I'll again go into detail about what they are. These will pop inside of the arm, and then, you know, it'll mimic how he lifts up his elbows to fire missiles out of there. So there you have it there. Okay, continuing. These are the articulated iron cutters that I told you about. You'll see that they move, like here. You'll have them. 1 second here. You'll see that they bend right there. The other ones do not bend. They just pop onto the straight arms there. So you'll have that. If you're watching this review, there's one thing that I really want to point out. The very first thing that I'm very disappointed about in this figure, and it looks great so far, but there really is no die cast on this figure. I don't know why they're advertising this as a die cast, you know, toy. The only die cast parts are these little, you know, joints, you know, for like the legs. So you'll have this piece here is going to be die cast, you know, the joint for the leg right here, 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 and I think down there also, but that's it. The rest is plastic. So I don't know. It's you know, I paid $400 for this figure. So I assume that there would be a lot more die cast than that. Anyway, here is some other parts here that we'll go into later on in the video, so you know how to use them. And here's probably the coolest little part, the little accessory, is the hover piloter. Right there. And these will fold up like this when you want to, you know, bring them in and put them into the head to control Mazinger. And, you know, I've seen a million of these little piloters for many different Mazinger toys, so they all kind of look the same to me, to be honest. But this looks cool. I got no complaints. Yeah, that's pretty much that part right there. All right, next is this little piece right here that goes underneath his eyes. Let me get it out. And you can change his eyes from a dark color or to the gold light up color. And finally, you're going to have the parts to the Scrander. And here's the back part. Here is one wing. Here is the middle section of the Scrander. This is the other wing. And finally, you're just going to have what I would assume is some sort of radar receiver for Scrander. This probably sends out the radio signals when Mazinger summons the Scrander, or Koji Kabuto does. You know, this might be the receiver that gets the signal and says, okay, I need to go and attach to Mazinger so I can help him kick some of those mechanical beasts. But this is the Scrander, and this is what it looks like when it is fully assembled. It is very, very big accessory. The section here for the waist will actually open and close like so. So it can, you know, go around Mazinger's waist. And the way this works is you're going to want to pop this thing in, push it in, then take this, push it in, take these, push it in over there, and it all locks into place. And then you have the Scrander is all set and ready to go. I must point out that the paint job on the Scrander so far is just, it's fantastic. They did a really great job with it, and it is a very large piece. I think you know, just to put this in comparison, you know, let me show you. This is a water bottle, so it's very large. The figure has a ton of articulation. I mean, for being this large, it has a lot of articulation. So let's start with the head so you guys can see the articulation. The head will move down, it'll move back, left, right, and that far this way, and that far that way. So the head has a, you know, it's on a ball joint, so it has a pretty decent, you know, amount of articulation. It's pretty good. So the arms will actually go all the way up like this. And they will go all the way back down. And you can make them go all the way around like that. The same way over here. Full rotation with the arms. Just be careful when you're rotating the arms so you don't break the parts off of his chest here. That would suck really bad. Also, there is a rotation at the arms right there. Okay. There is a elbow ratchet that goes up. I'm sorry, just the elbow moves up. And you're also going to be able to twist it around like that. And the wrist also moves like this. And each of the fingers are individually articulated like this. The ab section here lifts up like this, and you're able to go back like that, roughly that much. Then this closes back down, and you're able to get a little bit of a side profile like that on that side. And then you're able to get a side profile just to about right there, like that. And then forward, you're gonna have just a little bit forward, like right around there, not much. And let's move on to the hip joints here. So the hip joints, okay, they pop out. You can pop them out a little bit, like just about right there. And that'll give you, or you can pop them in and you can go back to about right there. You can go forward to about right there. And then you can also go out to about right there. And then you can pop it back up, okay? So same with this leg. Back, forward, out to the side, okay, and back down. So you'll notice how this one leg here is you know, tucked away, and this one's extended. When you're done posing him, you just want to pop it back up and it goes back in, okay? Now the legs also rotate like this all the way around. Same with this one, it'll rotate all the way around. You also have a rotation at the knees right here completely, and also here completely. And then the back here of the back of the knees also bend back to about right there. And they do not move forward, no. Okay, and also this one will bend back to about right there, like that. And that is pretty much the articulation for the legs. Then you're also gonna have the bottom feet which are going to move, and I'll show you, like this, any which way you want. All the way around, this way, left, right, up, forward. Same with this one, down, up, left, forward, all the way around. Another important thing I want you guys to know, the knees, okay? Right here, they do not detach from here. Don't try to take it out, okay? So, you know, they don't come out, only the elbows come out. A quick thing I wanted to point out is the back of his legs have these flaps. They move forward, okay? I looked all over the instructions and I cannot find any particular reason what they're there for. The only thing I could think of is when you go back to do a pose, that it bends down and it creates a flap or a shield from, you know, the inside of the leg being visible. So as you go even further, it kind of pops back out. But then if you're like, let's say, right around, you know, right around there, it just sort of creates an obstruction so you don't look into the leg. Other than that, I don't think it serves any type of purpose. That is the pretty much the articulation for the entire figure. I think it has pretty awesome articulation. It kind of reminds me of the Bandai Neo Mazinger that came out, the Jumbo that came out about maybe 5 years ago. That was a really large figure also, and it had a fairly decent amount of articulation. So, all right, let's go over all of these different parts and what this figure can do, because it can do a lot. The hover pilder that goes into his head, you're going to notice right there, there's a tiny little hole, okay? And at the top of his head, right, let me see, right there, there's also a little hole, or I'm sorry, a little post that this goes into there. So make sure when you're putting this in, they both align up and you don't force it to break this post off here. And once you finally have it in, it'll sit in there nice and snug. I'm gonna do this on camera. This is the other set of eyes that you get with the figure. It goes in there. So according to the instructions, it says to pop out the eyes right there, and it should have two little parts right there. So in order to pop out the eyes, let's remove the powder like this, and then right here should be able to pop it out. There we go. So it pops right out like that, and then you're able to put in his darker eyes right there. So you just want to do it slowly, take your time so you don't break anything, and you push it in, and there you have it. The darker eyes are in place. I think I like the gold eyes better. I think so, definitely. One other quick thing I wanted to point out is the chest parts here. They pop out, so you just kind of wiggle them out like that, and they pop out and pop in to there. You just push it back in like that. Same thing with this. Just kind of wiggle it out carefully like that and pop it back in like that. So it's very important that you understand something about this figure, okay? The figure comes with eight forearms, okay? 4 for each side, okay? So it's very, very important that you remember this, because it can get confusing and you can break things really quickly. It's gonna come with 2 articulated forearms like this, okay? It moves up and down like this. This does not come out of the forearm, okay? That is in there for good. This is the other articulated forearm, okay? that is also articulated. It's not going to come out. Here is the third forearm. This is not articulated, okay? And then here is the fourth forearm. Again, this is not going to be articulated. So just remember, 4 on each side, 2 articulated, and 2 that are not articulated. You're going to be attaching the fist to many different places, okay? The way the fist comes out, there's a ball joint, and then there's a socket right there. Just pops in and pops out. That's how you get the fist on and off. You're also going to receive 2 of these, one for the left, one for the right arm, okay? This is for rocket punch. There is a spring inside of here, and when it's compressed, it will create tension and you're able to fire the fist. So what you want to do is you want to nicely align it, push it in like that, and it'll lock into place. And then you want to fire it, okay? And it fires out. This plastic piece, it will not fit into the arm. There's no way to attach it there, okay? You guys are gonna have to use this part, have it lock into place, and that is how you are going to attach this arm to stay, okay? Because remember, this is one of the non-built-in articulated arms. Now, this one, which has the die-cast joint here, will go in without any issues, okay? So that's the die-cast one that will go in. Just remember that you're not going to be able to remove this. It's permanently attached. This part here, you're going to receive 2 of them, okay? They do not move. There is no flexing here. This is for the elbow missile fire, okay? And the way this works is you're going to take a non-articulated forearm, you're going to find the curve right here, and you're going to place this into the curve like this and pop it down, okay? Now, once you have that in there, okay, you're gonna take the fist, pop your fist on, and then you can position your fist whichever way you want to. Let me just do it like this. And you're able to put the fist in like right here and pop it in. There you go. And that is elbow missiles. To take this off, I recommend you wiggle it a little bit like this and it comes off. But one more time, I want to show you that this is the non-articulated arm with the fist without the iron cutter, and you just push it in like this, okay? I would make sure that this part here is right there so you can easily access the button that you need to push. And this is rocket punch. I'm gonna go over the abdomen missile in a minute, but I just want to show you guys how pretty this hand is. They did such a great job with this. You can even see the little tiny screws that they put in and the little pins. So each of the fingers, they all move, which is nice. All of them move up and down. Very nice attention to detail. If the fingers are a little stiff, just kind of wiggle them back and forth and they will, become not pretty loose, but they will become looser. They won't become, entirely loose. So that's pretty awesome. And then you can create a fist like that. And then you have rocket punch. One more thing I want to point out to you guys. When you use the rocket punch, the plastic part here, and you put it into the arm, I don't know if this is for everyone, but it's loose. That's not good. If you twist it a little bit, it stays. They should have used some kind of magnet, but that is loose and it will, it will fall off if you're not careful. See? It won't even stay. It is loose. Well, that sucks. Anyway, can't win them all, right? All right, let's get into the missile punch here. So the way this works is, okay, your figure is going to be down like this when you get it, and you're going to want to lift this up and move him back like that, okay? Again, I recommend you remove the chest plates because it's going to help you it's going to make it easier for you to access these doors for the missile punch, okay? And the only way I could figure out to get this open was just kind of, with your nails as best as you can, open it like that. Just carefully open it like that, and then you pull this out. And this does not, let me get a closer shot here. This here just moves in and out, okay? It does not come out. The missile does not detach from this little area here that it fires out of, okay? It is all one piece and it is locked into there. So it goes in and it comes out. So don't pull it out or you're gonna break it. Okay, let's get the jet Scrander on his body, okay? You obviously want to assemble the jet Scrander, and according to the instructions, there's going to be 2 spots that this is going to attach to Mazinger with. It's going to be these 2 tabs right here, right there, and this little post right there. I don't know if you can see it because it's white. That little post right there. What's going to happen is it's going to slide in to 2 parts. Okay, the first part is going to be up here, and the second part it's going to be down there. So again, top part up to there, bottom part into there. I recommend you guys put the arms up to do this. I'm going to try to do this on camera without having this thing fall. I don't think you guys can grasp the concept around how large this figure is. So you want to just put it in there. In order to line it up, I think you need to push this down like that, okay? And then you'll notice the bottom will line up and pop it in. And then at the top, oh my God, this is huge. Pop it in there also. And then, whew, it's in. Just like that, okay? I'm always a nervous wreck when I do stuff like this because I'm afraid I'm gonna break it, but I didn't, thank God. Make sure you guys bring these around very slowly so you don't scratch the paint. Just like this. Stop right about there, bring this one over slowly, stop right about in the middle, and then you're going to connect them like this, and it should click together like that. I don't think that this is going to close all the way, because if it does, I don't know how you're going to get this off without using this little gap here. So I can't push it anymore. So it appears that is all it's going to go. Whew, man, okay, that's tough. Let's get him back further here so you guys can see. Oh man, this is so cool. I'm very excited about this, guys. I'm very, very excited. Let me put the breast fire back in. Breast fire! Okay, and there you have it. Mazinger Z. Yes. Mazinger Z. Very nice. Let's put this down like that. Okay, and there you have it. With jet Scrander. Right there. Oh my gosh, such a big figure. I have to reach around to turn it. Thank God I have an ultra wide lens on this camera. Comparison time. I actually went ahead and I broke out the Voltron Shogoken that just released a couple months ago. This thing is a heavy figure. It's primarily made of die cast. A lot of the parts are die cast, and it's actually one of the largest Shigokins that Bandai has ever made. As you guys can see, the Mazinger figure, it just towers over this figure. It's extraordinarily large, and let's actually go ahead and, just for the sake of it, let's measure him right on camera. So from feet to head, he is roughly about 16.5 inches. And then from the wingspan, if I had to guess, just an estimate here, huge wingspan, roughly about 16-inch wingspan. So he's huge. I mean, there's no doubt about that. Guys, before I get into my final thoughts here, I wanted to go over a couple things. These joints here that the arms go into, the little holes, you guys are going to have a lot of issues doing any downward arm poses, and I'll tell you why. These things just slide out by themselves. I mean, they just fall out without you even making any effort. I don't think that this is a quality control issue. I think this is some sort of design issue. I mean, you guys are going to notice that the arms are just going to be falling out left and right. The other issue that I came across, which I'm fairly disappointed in, is for the iron cutter, it just fell out, and it's not meant to fall out. It's glued in. I mean, I'll glue it in. You know, I'm used to this kind of stuff, but still, $400 figure. Come on, you know. Make sure these toys are in tip-top shape when you ship them out. Final thoughts. What do I think of the figure? Well, I'll tell you guys. First thing I'm going to go over is the good stuff, okay? I think the size is great. I think the articulation is awesome. Just the colors are vibrant. Most of the paintwork is very well done. And obviously, you have a 16-inch tall Mazinger Z figure with a Scrander, with a ton of accessories, the iron cutter, the drill missile, and everything. And it's a dream come true for Mazinger Z collectors. The bad stuff, is it a Bandai figure? Is it a Shigoken? Definitely not. Is it worth $400? Absolutely not. This figure, in my opinion, is $150 to $200 maximum figure. I mean, the paintwork on the face is chipped. The joints, they don't hold the arms properly. It's advertised die cast. It is not die cast. There's the joints for the elbows and the legs are die cast, and that's it. You're not going to find any other die cast on this figure. So, would I buy the figure again if I wasn't reviewing it? Well, this is going to be the first time in a long time I'm going to say this. Probably not. Not for $400. I would wait till the price came down, and I would probably order it for a lot less than that. Yeah, so that's my review, guys. If you liked the video, please smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and I will catch you guys at the next video.